Welcome to Mental Health. Today I have a guest for us that is a Canadian icon, Canadian legend, you could say. Why don't we just say hello to Ed the Sock?
Hey, I'm glad you finally decided to just not eschew the toadying and just get right to the introduction.
Well, you deserve it, Ed, whether you feel inside or not. You deserve it. Just letting you know.
Thank you, but it just takes up a lot of time.
Yeah, you're right. Sock shelf life isn't as long as human, so yeah.
It's not what I was referring to. I think I probably have a longer shelf life than you just looking at you.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right.
All right.
So I got the frames up here empty. I was gonna ask you what kind of music you listen to so I could put some stuff up there for you.
Okay, all you've got is heavy metal.
For the most part.
So what are the chances what I listen to is there in your record collection? Very slim.
Yeah.
So why don't you just put up whatever you want to put up, and we'll say that's music I like.
All right. Well, I'll put up some Black Sabbath because
Sabbath.
And it's master of your reality, right? And you're old, so you've been around. It'll work.
Yes, it'll work. All right, so there you go. Slide. Look at that, breaking the fourth wall, letting people know how easy it is to put the frames up.
Yeah, the frames are very easy. They're two different ones, and
we can tell they're two different ones, Rob.
Yeah.
There's one, there's the other. We can tell there's two.
Okay, and also, you didn't have a lot of control back in the days with Much Music, so we've got Control Denied.
Well, I had more control than other VJs because when I didn't want a video to play anymore, I would just tell them to stop it. But yes, I didn't choose the playlists.
All right.
What's that picture you got back there? Is that like guitar picks or something?
Yeah. There's guitar picks from live shows. I've got Tony Iommi in there and a bunch of others. Yeah.
So AC/DC, you were at the show and you got a pick?
Yes, when I was at a show, I'd get a pick, but I've never seen AC/DC.
So how did you do that?
I would be on the rail and they'd throw picks at the people, the audience members. Have you ever been to a show, Ed?
Not one where they throw picks at people.
Do you mean like in frame or just individually?
What?
I don't even know what's going on here. I don't see.
Neither do I. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, right. Let's get right down to the business. Why did Much Music not play extreme metal music videos in the 90s and 2000s?
Well, I don't know. I think they thought that there wasn't an audience for it, or they thought that they were too extreme, too violent. Remember, Much Music, they played very close to the middle, and they leaned towards poppy stuff.
Well, so, I know because I can still recite Spice Girls and Backstreet Boys lyrics from watching the music video.
I'm sorry for that. You got Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, something like that, right? Stockholm Syndrome. I had the reverse of that with my last girlfriend, where you start off in love and then you're trapped.
Yeah, okay. That does qualify as reverse Stockholm Syndrome.
But yeah, that's pretty much any relationship that doesn't work out, right?
Well, if it makes you feel any better, she was probably feeling the exact same way. We did one show. It aired after midnight. It was sponsored by Mountain Dew, and we got to play all the songs, like the songs that were on the forbidden list. So we played Rammstein and some others that never got to see the light of day on Much Music, and it was hugely popular. The numbers were huge.
Oh, wow. I must have not been able to stay up late enough. I was born in 86,
Well, this would have been in 2007 or 8.
Okay, well, at that point, I was already moving on to drugs, so...
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see there's been progress in your life.
Well, there has been. There's ebbs and flows to everything, and I'm on, it would be a flow, I guess? I don't know.
Oh, maybe I think that maybe we should put you on an ice flow.
Like a float? Like a parade?
No, an ice flow. It's okay. A big piece of of ice in the Arctic,
Okay.
like part of a glacier.
All right. Well, would I be carving out some Great Lakes? Like, I
Wouldn't
don't
care
know.
what you were doing as long as you were on the ice floe and not bugging me.
Well,
What
thank
you'd
you
be
for your
doing is
time
freezing
here.
your balls off. That's what you'd be doing.
Yeah, I like the cold. I like the cold. I got a nice coat. I bought a $40 coat, trench coat at Value Village. I've put over $300 worth of patches in it and over 20 hours of sewing by hand. Cause that's my.
You know what I like about clothing at Value Village? You never know if what you're wearing somebody had died in.
It's possible, but that would just kind of make it more metal, wouldn't it?
You know, that would make it more metal. Wearing a cadaver's outfit, yeah, that would make it more metal. Metal!
Yeah, right. If
I'm
you had
wearing
hands,
my,
I know you'd be giving me the horns.
I would be. I'm giving them to you in spirit. I'm wearing my fromage tuxedo. I'm just trying it on because I'll be using it for the launch of NewMusicNation. I'll be launching it wearing this tuxedo. So I took it out, dusted it off. It still fits. Needs a little bit of alteration here, there, a little bit of repair.
Yeah,
but otherwise,
maybe I would have bought a new tuxedo for
you would have bought it, would you? Bought isn't a word.
Well, it's a word in my vocabulary, and I'm special.
Boughten.
Bought. Yeah.
Yes, bought.
Robot, right?
What are you, grade 3? Boughten.
I'm missing some brain cells, Ed. Everything
All right,
hasn't healed.
Well, that's like telling us the sun rises in the east. What else? What do you want to talk about? What other questions?
All right, I've got more questions. All right. You're talking about your channel. I'm the Metal VJ.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, that's awesome, right?
Yeah, I can't think of anybody better qualified, because to be a VJ, you have to be charming, amusing, but in a way that's not stupid, and somebody who really knows their music, knows their shit. And you hit on all 3 of those.
Oh, you're flattering me now, Ed. Thanks.
Well, don't worry, it's not going to continue.
Oh, okay, good, because you're my boss, and I wouldn't want to get too many compliments. But
don't
in
worry,
my bio, do you mind if I play my bio right now?
No, go ahead.
All right, thanks. Here's my bio, everyone. Hey, this is Robbie Stevenson, and this is me. I'm the guy that can do this. I'm a metalhead, and my first concert was in 2002, Korn on the Untouchables tour. After that, I went further and further down the metal rabbit hole. But I was MIA from the metal scene for about 7 years after I was diagnosed with schizophrenia. No, come back. And then I developed a nasty drug addiction. No, come back. I'm okay. It's good. I'm good. But let me give you a little advice. Never be your own doctor. It doesn't work out well. 3, 4, 5. I'm also a stand-up comedian. I started doing it around 10 years ago. I'm not saying it's right! I went from doing drugs in bathrooms every day to getting clean. Now I'm opening for comedians that I've looked up to since I was 14 and working with a sock. Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. You don't see that every day. The elephant in the room. Who's on my mask? This is Iced Earth, featuring vocalist, Canadian boy, Stu Block. I'm Robbie Stevenson, and remember, I'm the guy that can do this. So in the bio there, it's we filmed that like last summer, and some things have kind of happened since then. We'll say happened. Stu Block is no longer the vocalist of Iced Earth. Something happened on January 6th, and a lot of that is dated now, we'll say.
Well, that's the danger of shooting something almost a year before you use it. Especially when you're doing stuff that involves human beings. You never know what kind of crap they're going to step into, and invariably they step into something. Stu Block being part of the insurrection on January 6th.
No, he was the vocalist. He was here in Canada. It was John Schaefer, the guitarist, the main man behind Iced Earth.
Oh, okay.
So now
John
the rest
Schaefer.
of the band had to be like, no, we're not in Iced Earth anymore, and now they're choosing a different path now.
So the whole band gone?
Well, John Schaefer was it's his band. Like he's the only original member. The band has been around since like '89 kind of deal. So everyone who was in the band was in the band within the last 10 years or so. So there's that, and like it was John's band, right? So with him doing what he did, everyone else had to kind of escape the PR fiasco, we'll say.
Well, his name wasn't bandied about when they were talking about the Q Shaman and stuff like that. I guess maybe in heavy metal circles, it was known that he was part of that insurrection. But the rest of us didn't even know there was a guy named John Schaefer.
Yeah, John Schaefer. Let's just say there's an album called The Glorious Burden, and the last half of it, it's about the Civil War, and it's from the point of view of the South. So there isn't like, it's not like it's a big surprise of what happened. But I still love the music, and I still love the people that left the band. And deep down, I'll still love John, and for the music, right? Not everything that he says, but I love the music.
Well, that's the dilemma, right?
Yeah.
Do you separate the artist from the art? How do you do that?
It really depends what they do.
Well, I mean, can people still like old Woody Allen movies, even though the guy's a perv? It becomes very difficult, especially since he's in all those movies and you're seeing his face the whole time. And then you're reminded that, hey, that's that perv guy. It's, can you enjoy the art apart from the artist? This is sort of a universal thing. And I think it's different for every person.
I agree. And I think it's easier with music also, because as you said, like with movies, you're seeing the person, right? With music, you're not seeing the person, it's just the music. I think that's another reason why people love Burzum so much with Varg after he killed Euronymous with 23 stab wounds and all that black metal 90s lore now, right? It's more of a lore. I mean, it happened, but like it's more people, it's more famous for all the stuff beside the music than the actual music sometimes. But
well, yeah, sometimes the artist becomes the story and not the art.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, usually when that's going on, it's time to pack it in.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so sometimes you say some things on the internet and some people don't like it on Twitter every now and then.
Oh, gee, what a surprise. Somebody says something on Twitter and other people don't like it.
I know, right? Have you ever thought about dyeing your green hair blue just to show that you are an ally?
No, never. First of all, my green hair is my trademark. Secondly, it's natural. Third, I wouldn't pander like that. And fourth, I'm not sure that dye would hold color in my hair.
All right.
My hair is kind of Scotch guarded.
All very good answers. Okay. Let's go back to the glory days. Who was your favorite VJ to work with?
Rick.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love working with Rick. He
always seemed some goody two-shoes, though.
Well, we had a really good yin and yang thing going on. He was always towing the company line and being really, really, really nice and finding the silver lining in every cloud. And I was finding the cloud in every silver lining. So we had a really good rapport, and we worked together quite a bit. He was the one I worked with the most, and the one I enjoyed working with the most. Because Rick, people say, oh, he's so phony. He tries to be so nice. He's so phony. No, for real, Rick is actually that nice in real life, and I remain his friend to this day.
That's amazing that you made such a good bond with Rick. And I'm just happy about that because at least there's someone that's good in your life.
Oh, thank you. I didn't realize you were worrying for me.
Well, I don't know if you know this, Ed, but I've been watching you since I was a child. And I mean that in the creepiest way possible.
Well, so you're saying that I've influenced the person you've become?
On a high level, right? Because all I did was watch you and Much Music when I was a child, and we won't say that like I am the perfect person that watched all the episodes, but I don't even know where I'm going with that. I don't.
Well, I have to tell you that as you wandered off there and fell off a cliff, I took such great pride in raising you to be this paragon of broadcasting.
Oh, I'm something. I don't even know what that word was. So,
oh boy, paragon.
Isn't that like the guy from Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, Prince Paragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also a shape, like an octagon, a paragon. Yeah, it's all of those things.
Oh wow. All right, so let's just I'll give you one last thing to say on mental health. I'm just happy to have you on my the channel right now. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to see that you're doing all this work. You know, looking at you, people might not know that you're productive and that you like to be productive, that you do anything but sit on a couch eating Cheetos, but you're always working it. You're always producing. You're always thinking of new things to do. So I was glad to help you out here on mental health. I don't know that I did, but I'm glad to be here and glad to see that you're continuing with this because it's your own form of therapy, and Lord knows you need it.
I do. Thank you. And this is what I have to do that now that I can't really do stand-up comedy as frequently as I was. Because yeah, this is my new outlet, right?
Well, congratulations on having a new outlet.
Yeah. Too bad the lamp is still not working. All right. Well, thank you very much, Ed the Sock, for being on Mental Health. And I look forward to working with you on the new channel. Yeah.
All right, thank you, and I appreciate those pregnant pauses that you put in there while you're thinking.
Well, I have to. The wheel doesn't turn as smoothly as.
But it's authentic. It's real. All right, thanks very much. What was your name again?
Robbie.
Robbie, right. Thanks again, Robbie. Always glad to be here with you.
This is the perfect analogy for mental health. All right? Boom, I fall. And then like the jogger comes up. Oh, that happened right in front of me. Do I have to care? Looks around. Do I have to care? Oh, there's no one around. Okay, I'll just keep going.